Hi, everyone. This is JJ, the co-founder of Good Pods. If you haven't heard of it yet, Good Pods is like Goodreads or Instagram, but for podcasts. It's new, it's social, it's different, and it's growing really fast. There are more than 2 million podcasts, and we know that it is impossible to figure out what to listen to. On Good Pods, you follow your friends and podcasters to see what they like. That is the number one way to discover new shows and episodes. You can find Good Pods on the web or download the app. Happy listening.
Welcome to the world of Saluna. Content warnings for this episode include kidnapping, people in chains, exhaustion, mentions of an explosive device, fire, and violence. We put these content warnings on so that people who listen to this episode know that if any of these things are too much for them in listening, to skip this episode. We would rather you be safe than listen to our episode. So please protect your mental health as we care about you as much as you care about our content. On with the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Queers and Spears presents The World of Saluna Side Quest, Fatum Sept. I am your modest game master, CJ, and today we jump back into the quest of the Sacred Seven. Last we left our adventurers, they were in a perilous fight to free loved ones and harmless bystanders from the clutches of a cannibalistic cult. And in fighting, Encina saved her mother. Click-Clack went off in search of somebody else to save, and everybody was victorious in their fight, keeping mostly everybody alive. After finishing the fight, rescuing those who were chained up in locks for who knows how long, they traveled farther along down the tunnels, find another group of survivors in chain. One of them specifically with curled horns coming from her head and a white lab coat, dirty around her shoulders. And this is where we come back to. So you all see this satyr woman in chains, her arms up above her head, kept in just above a kneeling position on the ground so that she is nowhere near comfortable in these chains. She looks to you with bleeding eyes and says, "Please, let me out of here. I have to get to the shore."
I think Freya would step up and be like, first of all, who are you?
My name is Pava. My name is Pava. I'm a scientist from Called.
And I take it you know what's going on.
I do. I'll tell you everything if you just let me go. Just let me get out of here. I'll tell you anything as long as you just let me leave afterwards.
Explain first, and then we'll let you go.
What do you want to know? I'll tell you
everything.
Well, what do you mean by everything? I don't... What information are you looking for? Like, are you looking for... I mean, I'll tell you what's going on, but if you want specifics, I'll happily answer any questions.
What is this blight?
It's a disease. We haven't even figured it out yet. We don't know exactly what it is. It's a disease that's just been creeping over Suntura, and we haven't been able to find a cure. No one has.
This is directly after the fight we just had, correct?
Yes.
So I'm still in my Guardian of Nature form. I don't think I've calmed down from that.
Yes.
I want to ask, in a very scary Guardian of Nature form voice, where's the flower?
Roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Don't forget to add +2 to that because you're right near me.
This will just be flat, so either a 15 or a 10, so 15.
Cool, 15. And then did you add the +2 from Freya's aura?
Yeah, because I have -2, because I'm usually not so
Oh,
intimidated.
perfect. Okay, so 15. So with a 15, you see there was already fear in her eyes. Her eyes were darting back and forth, unsure if you are friend, if you are foe, being trapped in this unfamiliar place when all she wants to do is do nothing more than leave. You come up to her asking about the flower, and you see all of the color drain underneath her shaggy auburn fur as she looks to you, and she's like, "The flower. I was just supposed to study it. I was hired as an intern to study this flower, to understand its magical properties so that we could find a cure. It's in called, but it's..." And she pauses.
What happened to that flower?
It's been broken down into material. It's been broken down into a serum.
You've destroyed it, essentially.
It's not destroyed. It still has magical properties. It's still potent with magic, the same magic.
It cannot reproduce. There cannot be another one made now, is what you're telling me.
There
That's
wasn't
correct.
another one in the first place. It was one.
I
would like to insight this person so that we can see if there's any lies woven into her story.
Absolutely. Anyone can roll an insight check.
I also will be.
I trust this person. Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah, I trust him.
That's a 21 from Freya. Oh, actually 23 from Freya.
23. Okay.
I got a 25.
Jesus.
22.
22. God damn, y'all. High rolls.
The bard.
Yes.
No. Oriana is just she is a bard, but she's also just extremely intelligent with a +11 on insight, guys.
Yikes, y'all.
Oh, damn.
You are
You
lethal.
can't lie to me. You can't
Cannot
lie to me.
And as you look into her eyes, demanding she tell the truth, to look within her to see if what she is saying to you is true. And as you peer into her hazel eyes, you see that she is telling nothing but the truth. She did break down the flower. She did break down Nuna's grace. It is now a component that she, initially when she broke it down, was under the assumption that it can be recreated. And she even has a small theory for that in penciling. So it is not, this is all it is and it cannot regrow. It is broken down into the raw component that it is so that it could possibly be replicated. That is what she wanted for this flower.
I think at this point, Freya kind of kneels in front of her and with a very serious, almost dead look to his eyes, kind of tilts her face up to look at him and says, "I will break the chains on one condition.
Can I break the chains?
Yeah, you can make an attack roll.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You see, as you lift her face, there are tears streaming down her eyes as she looking for the one thing she needs to do so that she can be set free. As you see what are you swinging, Woe?
Just one of my big, meaty wooden claws.
Okay, you just see a claw come out from the side of you as Woe goes for one of these shackles.
It's 16 to hit.
Yep, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Damage, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's 8 damage.
All right. So as you strike out with one of your claws at one of the chains around one of her wrists, one of them breaks loose and breaks free, and she is now only strapped down by one. You can still see that there is like fear in her eyes because she is not quite sure if you are striking at her or striking to free her, but she is at least grateful to have a hand free in this moment as she clutches it close and tight to her chest.
As I was saying, the one condition is you take us to Called.
I would rather stay here than go back to Called.
Hmm.
Well, then fucking tell us where the flower is, asshole.
It's back in Cole. I was working on it there.
Okay,
How
cool.
did you
Like,
get
where
here,
is
then?
it? In Called. Called's a fucking... It's a place. It's got a lot of fucking square footage, I imagine.
Yes, it's specifics. You're right. It's in the main hall. It's underneath the main hall. There's a laboratory underneath the main hall that I've been working out of, or worked out of. Jesus Christ, I can't believe what I've done. And you see that like tears start to just like well and stream down her face. You see
All right.
immense regret.
All right, with the-
We're close.
How did you get
What?
here?
I ran.
No, but how did
And
you
what,
get
you
locked
got
up?
kidnapped by...
I was kidnapped by a band of cultists. They kept talking about how fresh my meat looked, and you see she kind of like goes a little sickly green at the thought of the fact that she could have been a meal at one point.
Hold on. Freya turns around because when all of his teammates started talking, Wo was saying something. And he looks at Wo and goes, "What, Wo?"
If we are close to the plant, I can locate it.
Yes, that'll help you because they have corridors that are like fake corridors. So if you have a way to track the plant, it will guide you there. And once you get there, I don't know what's within the main laboratory. I was confined to my office, but I worked with the plant specifically, and it is incredibly powerful.
Would she like have some pollen or something of the plant on her? Something I
Ooh.
can use from the plant on her that I can use to familiarize myself with it.
You see she eyes to a satchel that is across the room, and you see that there is a very small medicinal vial with one stamen from it. That's all what remains physically. Everything else has been compounded down. I wanted to preserve at least something.
Might I have this?
She interrupts you, Wo, and she's like, "Yes, take it. If it helps you, please take it."
Danke.
Oriana's gonna kind of step forward and she's gonna look over to Freddie and say, "What were you asking her? I couldn't quite catch that."
I'm just suspicious that
No,
she is end up here when apparently she is an important researcher working on the plant.
and that they haven't come looking for her. I feel the same way. This isn't quite right to me. I don't trust any of this. She's not lying, but I don't think she can be trusted either.
Are we
She
all
might not
still?
know that
Go
she's
ahead,
lying
Nick.
to us.
That's a good point. And what were you saying? Oria's going to look over to Noe as she chimes in.
I would like to try something. Noe would like to look at the woman and what did you say your name was, dear?
Pava Witherwood.
Pava Witherwood. I am Melanoe. Can you please tell us exactly what happened here today? Or with you? I know it must be very traumatic, but my friends and I will be here to listen.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage because she recognizes your name.
While that's happening, Freya's going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Go ahead. Are you going to do it to pry deeper, or do you want just
At
surface
first,
thoughts?
just surface thoughts.
Okay. But I will let you know that if you do pry deeper, she will willingly let you in.
That's fine.
So she... the persuasion check with advantage from Melanoe.
27.
Whoa! Jesus Christ.
Damn!
Jesus. All right. See, level 9. I said. I insist. I said. So with a 27, you look her in her eyes. You still see the tears unwavering and still pooling down her cheeks and falling onto her tattered lab coat. And she nods and begins to explain her story. She says, I'm an only child. My parents were loving, caring people who wanted nothing but the best for me, and I shined. I grew smart over the years, and my research into the plants that were around my town, they drew attention from Jupiter, the ruler over at Called, and he asked me to intern for him. He said he had come across a very unusual plant and that it could hold magical properties. And being that this is an opportunity to lift me and my family up out of poverty, I took it. And you look at her, and in this moment, Melanoe, you realize that she is 17. And she looks up back at you to continue to explain, and she's like, I started work a week ago, or less than a week ago. 4 days ago, that's when the plant arrived and Called, and I immediately began my research. And I found that it has such extraordinary properties. It can lift you up, it can make you strong, it can heal what ails you, anything that ails you. And Jupiter then asked me to compound it down into a singular component so that we may make a cure, so that those infected can finally find peace. And I continued to work diligently, until the last day. I was walking back to my desk, back to my research. Days in, days out, nights, days, sun, moon. All there is work. And as I was walking past, I overheard a conversation. I heard my name. It sparked interest, so I leaned in closer. I heard Jupiter laughing with somebody else, saying how stupid she was to believe the lies we had told her, and that the work I had done was only... And you see she swallows, and that the words start to spread apart. You feel the panic rising in her voice. You can hear her heartbeat thumping on the sides of her neck. And she's like, he's going to use it in what he calls his final solution.
What is the final solution?
I don't know. I don't know what it is exactly. It's big. It's metal. It's foreign. And there were many men working on this machine, and I have no idea what it can do. And that's what scares me the most.
Do you have a family back home?
That's where I'm trying to get to. Back to my home, back to my port town. Trying to get to them, to try and help them. All I know is that 2 days from now, his final solution will be complete and ignited.
Then we have 2 days to find what that is.
Can Freya attack the other chain?
Yes, go ahead.
The dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
That is 16 damage.
It snaps and breaks under the weight of your shining glaive. Hints of red speckle off in the light as reflective gold shimmers as the chains shatter under your glaive. And she is freed. You see her fall. You see her fall to her knees, weak, exhausted from crying continuously in your sight. And she looks up to you. She looks up to Melanoe, and she's like, you don't have 3 days. You don't have 2 days. It takes 3 days to get to Called from here.
We have much less time, which means we need to find a way right now to get to where we need to be. Would you be able to help us? Yes. Encina.
Sorry. No, you're all good. If she can't help us, I mean, there's a lot of people here in the cult that we've just freed. Maybe one of them has got some magic that can get us there a little faster, maybe a little teleportation. I don't really know. I'd have to poll the masses and see what's going on. But if she can't help us... Actually, speaking of she, we don't even know your name. What's your name?
Pava. My name is Pava Witherwood.
Oh, okay. I think I had something in my ear when you said that. My bad.
What do you do
Pava.
without the Vud?
What was that,
Pava.
Will?
What do you do without the Vud?
I don't really have to wonder about that. I'm always off out in the forest. And she kind of forces a laugh, and it's that kind of laugh where you're under incredible pressure, but I mean someone just cracked a joke.
Well, I do look like a big scary tree monster still.
Yeah, that's always fair.
We also have to find Click Clack.
Who is that?
Our friend.
What do they look like?
A small bird.
I saw
Man.
a glimpse of them. They came and looked inside this room and then vanished off to the left.
Okay. Pava, for a moment, will you let me into your mind?
Yes.
Just so we can get the way to Called, and then you can go home.
As Freya is doing this, can Noe kind of move next to Pava to hold her hand, if possible, for support?
Absolutely. You cozy up next to Pava and hold her hand as Freya reaches deeper into your mind and sees the path that is laid out in front of you. It is, in fact, a 3 days journey from where you are, true to the fact that your journey is a week long in total. You have 3 days to get to that location. However, you know that the final solution goes off in 2 days. The journey ahead of you is treacherous. The disease has riddled the land and made the terrain very difficult to traverse, and the trees they just fade into death and decay the closer and closer you get to Called, but you have a clear direction on how to get there.
Thank you. And with that, Freya's going to stand up and start walking to find Click Clack.
Okay. Does anyone have any other questions for Pava?
Where are you from?
I'm from this little port town just east of here. It's called Sandshore. It's very beautiful.
Sandshore. Encina, if we are to find someone to help us get to where we need to be, then perhaps we can find that very person to help Pava get where she belongs as well.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely do that. If they can, if they can spare a spell for us, I don't see why they couldn't spare a spell for Pava. And considering we just liberated this whole place, I get the feeling the folks will be more than happy to cooperate.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. What were you going to say, Your Majesty?
No, you go ahead, Encina.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, Mama knows pretty much everybody in this place. If there's a sorcerer around with some teleportation abilities, Mama would know. So, we are.
And we're off to see the mama.
I would imagine Encina probably did not let her mom leave her sight, so probably dragged her along with her.
Yeah, that's absolutely, you can do that.
Okay, yeah, so Teresa is probably, there's, this huge, maybe 10, 11-foot Goliath woman standing right next to Encina. Long brown hair, a very sweet expression on her face. And Encina looks at Teresa and goes, Mama, do you know anybody here that's left that's got any kind of fast travel, teleportation, anything like that maybe could get us to call it a little bit faster? Maybe help us prevent this, whatever this final circus is supposed to be?
Teresa looks at you and she's like, Sugar, as much as anyone would love to offer any kind of aid magically to you lovely people, and we truly can't thank you enough for freeing us. You kind of murdered the only magical people here, and we are incredibly grateful for it, but yeah.
Well, you know what? It was worth it if I could free y'all, and I could see you again, so, well, that's good to know. We'll figure something out, and,
she hugs you tight, she
know,
pulls you in aggressively and hugs you very tight.
Encina likewise returns the hug and just wraps her arms around her mother, squeezes her in tight, and she's not trying, but she does kind of whisper and lowers her voice and says, when everything's done, I'm coming back for you, and we're gonna get this place done right. I got someone I want you to meet. So, and I want to show you where Anna is. I'm sure you probably miss her.
You feel tears streaming down and touching the side of your face where your faces are meeting in this hug.
Encina likewise there are tears bubbling in her eyes, and one very long stream glistens down her cheek, and she hugs her mother even tighter and says, "Oh no, I know."
You feel as the tear streams down your cheek, it sizzles away with a warmth, as if it's being wiped away.
Encina smiles a little bit at that, kind of has a couple of thoughts of who it could be, and she pulls back from her mom, and she looks her in the eyes with a soft smile, a bittersweet one, but a soft one nonetheless, and says, "We're gonna be alright, I promise. I know, I can't imagine what you've been through, and I've been walking my own road too, but we're gonna be alright, I promise."
You see that she is doing everything in her power to try and keep it together, but failing fairly miserably, as she's just so happy to see you again after all of these years, knowing that you're alive and well.
Encina feels very much the same way. She had no idea if her mom would have still been there if she ever came back. It was always in the peripheral to come back and see her mom, to face these people again when she had the strength. She just didn't know it would be so soon, and to see that her mom was still there, it means more than anyone could ever imagine. And Encina sniffles a little bit, kind of bucks herself up a little bit, and goes, "Alright, well, we got a lot of work to do. I would love to have you by my side until we leave, until we figure this thing out."
Absolutely. We'll figure this out.
Alright, we'll do that.
Everyone, if I may, Oriana kind of steps up and she looks around. She's like, "I may have something that can help us. It's something that I was working on for a time before we came here, but I think I can have it come to us now, if able. It may be the transportation we needed, if we can use it that way." So you see Oriana kind of turn towards the hallway, and she sticks 2 fingers in her mouth and does the very loud whistle. And from a distance, you hear the sound of you start hearing the sound of something clockwork. And then you start to hear this tapping of metal getting closer and closer and closer, until you see what looks to be a fox trotting in, made of steel and silver. And he is quite larger than the average fox, as you can see, and he is made of intricate design, and atop his head you see looks to be almost antlers coming up. And he has these glowing blue eyes that seem to search the room as he trots over to Oriana and sits patiently looking up at her. She places a hand upon his head and smiles and says, "Everyone, this is Achilles. He is what I like to call a steel defender. He can aid us in battle. He was in prototype when I left home, and I was hesitant to bring him, but I asked in a letter to my parents if they would have him follow us. And it seems he's finally caught up. This is not his true defending form, but for now, he can definitely be of use to us."
Can we eat him in emergencies?
Unfortunately, well, maybe you could, though. You do seem to have the
Will's eating coins.
amazing. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of the word. Oriana Lass says, well, you have a very special appetite that I'm sure you could eat Achilles, but he is better in a fight than I think you give him credit for. So let's give him a
is
shot.
Snack, and he's emergency food.
You know, if we're in an emergency and you need something to eat, you are more than welcome to take a bite of Achilles. And he looks up to Oriana as she says this and gives her the most, from what you can tell of a steel automaton fox, offended look as she says that.
You just see this creature will kind of like study you for a bit, and you start to notice that as conversations kind of continue, that the fox always kind of glances back to keep their eye on you.
I give it a wink.
Just don't go for his heels, okay? They're not strong enough.
Oh god. Okay, so you gather everything together. You help Pava up off the floor as you follow Freya down the dark tunnels, following the footsteps of what is clearly a small kinku down the tunnels. And you see them peeping into multiple locations, like multiple rooms that are off to the sides of these tunnels. And in each of these rooms, you see unbroken chains and like refuse and garbage. You see the same thing that you came across in the room before with Pava. Chains hanging from the ceiling, but no one is in them. And as you continue to follow the tracks all the way through, they lead you back out of the chambers that you are currently in, back out into the sunlight that is falling behind the mountain as sunset draws ever closer. And you see Click-Clack on the floor, down on one knee, tending to another Kenku. This one with greener feathers. She's sitting upright, taking berries and water from Click-Clack.
Click-Clack, do they need healing?
Click-Clack did not notice the rest of the party approaching. He was too focused in on helping his wife. But upon hearing Freya's voice, his head snaps over in that, like, just true bird-like, if anybody else did it, they would have broken their own bones way.
Mm-hmm.
And he, like, very gently, without looking away from Freya, puts the berries in Tink's lap, stands up, and bolts straight towards them. As fast as he can fucking run.
You
Towards
all watch
us?
as this little, shorter than anybody in this entire party bird just book it over to you. Go from a, like, squatting position to a full sprint towards you all.
What is happening?
He goes right past Freya and stops in front of Oriana. Bird. Bird. Bird, bird, bird.
Oh, Oriana's like, bird. Okay, do you need one of my birds? One of my mocking jays? Or do you need my help?
Bird.
You see that Click Clack gets like frantically happy when you mention your Mockingjay.
Okay, yes. So she reaches into her bag and she pulls out the newer model that can go long distances, and hands it to Click Clack and say, it's yours, please use it.
Click Clack takes it, and he takes a small scroll out of his pocket and gives it to the bird. And then he takes a deep breath while trying to just sort through his vocabulary to try to get the message that he needs to send out. Xander, help Tink. Beep taken, maybe? Find Jordan, please.
So you
And
utter this phrase into the Mockingjay, slipping the scroll into a little compartment that Oriana specifically put in to hide small little treasures inside, and speak as eloquently as you can, saying to get Xander to help get Tink to your home to find out if your son is okay.
Wait, Oriana, how long will that take to get there?
It can travel pretty fast. I mean,
I have a quick way.
You have a quick away?
Yes,
Please, whatever you need to do to it, it should be able to handle it. It's made for weather and everything.
As Freya will repeat the phrase that Click Clack said, but we'll say from Click Clack, and we'll cast sending to send it to Xander.
Okay. You get a message immediately back from Xander that says, I'm on my way with reinforcements. I can help.
Freya looks at Click Clack and goes, Xander's on their way. They can help.
Click Clack then looks back and forth between Freya, Oriana, and the bird. Takes the little note, the little scroll back out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to turn to Oriana and just be like, erase?
Yes, we can start over. Let me just... And she takes it, and you see her kind of mess with the bird a little bit. And you see the stone within it glow, and the bright light begins to fade after a moment. And she hands it back and says, okay, it's ready. It's all yours.
Jordan, be safe, please. Tink, come back. And then, just kind of holds it out again, what do I do now?
You utter this phrase, and as the words speak out, the stone that was once glowing, that Oriana quelched before, begins to glow and glow as your words feed into it, lighting up the eyes of this Mockingjay. And as you hold it out, asking what to do next, thinking nothing more of your home, of your neighbor Jordan, and your young son Beep, thinking of your home, thinking of where your heart lives, and the bird takes off.
I think Freya looks at... We're still in the dungeon, right? We didn't go back up to the surface yet, right?
No, you are up and out. You are on the surface now.
Okay, because Freya was going to ask if Click Clack wanted Freya to carry Tink back up.
No, yeah, everybody is up and out. You know that Xander is on their way and fairly close. as you all are rallying out here. After a while, you do hear the wings of Indy coming back and the distant sounds of marching soldiers coming this direction. You see Xander land back with Indy on the ground, and they run up to you all, seeing Tink on the floor, seeing you all battered, bruised, hurt, in desperate need of rest. It comes up to all of you and is like, what happened here?
There was a cult. And we fought and won.
He smirks at you as you talk about your accomplishments in battle in this moment, and he kind of laughed. They just kind of laughed to themselves a little bit, and he's like, well, I'm very glad that you're safe.
But we have to get to Cold. And now...
I understand. I have Jezar and other soldiers heading this way to help recoup what is lost here in Tarnstead. I've received your message. I can go wherever you need me. Did you relayed the message to Xander, right? In the message, like what's going on?
With the sending with Tink?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So he looks down at Tink on the floor because he knows who all of you are and doesn't know who Tink is. So the odd person out, they make the connection, and it's like, okay, where do I need to take her?
That's up to Click Clack. I don't.
Click Clack very quickly relays Jordan's address.
It's like a P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, but like. Just like abnormally fast. Fast
as he can vomit them out.
Amazing. He manages to catch it and just nods at you solemnly, and then comes up to you, looks you in the eyes, Click Clack, before reaching down a hand to help get Tink up, and then up onto Indy.
While this is happening, Click Clack is also going to hand him the scroll.
Okay. He takes the scroll and he's like, would you like me to read it?
Yes.
Understood. And he turns away from everybody to read the message, taking this moment of secrecy between you and them very seriously as they turn around, read the message, turn back around, pocket it. And then their facial expression just changes. They go from a, I'm here to help, to a, I am going to help you. They reach down towards Tink on the floor, hoisting her up, and then taking her gently over to Indy as Indy bows down onto the floor to assist getting both of them up. And you see, as he's walking, you can kind of see them just kind of thinking to themselves, just kind of like going through a process in their mind as they figure it out in their head as they approach Indy and then initially get on top of Indy, looking to you all and be like, there is no time. You need to take off to Called. I will go back. I will take Tink back to their home. I will send a message as soon as I have information.
Before
you have
you go,
my word. And they take off without a second thought. Off in the same direction the Mockingjay went. Which, Click Clack, as a ranger, you know is the direction towards home. So you are here, sitting in this moment. The sun is setting. You have 3 days journey to get through in 2 days.
Well, no better time to start traveling, is there?
I agree. If we have a moment, where is everyone standing? How is everyone's health? How are we after all this? Oriana kind of looks around at everyone and says, I understand we have a mission, but we also cannot go into this willing to kill ourselves without making sure we're at least go in at our best.
Freya, can you please give me an insight check?
That will be a what do I get for insight? That'll be a hold on, I gotta do math. A 30?
A 30? Okay.
Yeah,
So
I rolled a
with
19 with a +9 and a +2 from my aura.
You are the one that dug into Pava's mind. You have the way forward. You know if you take a long rest, if you
We
stop,
won't make it.
you won't make it.
Freya looks at all of you and goes, well, we knew this was a possibility of a suicide mission. If we take the time to heal up and do what we need to do, we won't make it. And whatever this is will affect everybody. I can't let that happen. I made a promise to Encina and to make this
You
world
think
better.
I would let that happen? Of course I'm fine with just going. I'm just saying we also can't be stupid. We gotta make sure we're at least somewhat healthy. So if someone has some healing, let's heal each other and get going. We don't have to rest. We do what we must to keep ourselves alive long enough to get this done.
How many potions do we have?
You said
I have
it's a
7
3-day
left.
A 3-day trip, like no resting at all?
We have 2 days to get in a 3-day journey.
Oh,
So we have to make up an extra day somehow.
so no resting, I get it. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 7 superior healing potions.
Math is against us right now.
We take rests, like just like get a cart, somebody sleeps in the cart, and somebody pulls the cart.
Well, we have Achilles who can scout ahead and give us advantage. So that's a plus for us. So we do have a small
And
advantage there.
Does me having gone into Pava's mind give us any kind of
You see
thing?
the route that she took on her journey escaping Called. It was a fairly clear path. You know, there is no clear-cut path to Called. It is, you know, treacherous terrain. So, but the path that she did take was clear. You know, she ran into a couple of wild encounters, but managed to survive and made it all the way, you know, in a 3 days journey before getting kidnapped.
Do we get reverse kidnapped?
Could objectively, could Freya pull a cart for people to rest in while we're journeying?
Well, we can also take turns pulling the cart. I know I can
Um,
become strong enough to do it, and Cena's probably strong enough to do it.
Yeah.
Before we risk ourselves with that, let me ask, can Achilles pull it in his big form?
That's if the cart's okay to use.
Yeah,
Do we have a cart?
No, I think it's the same.
Except
You
one.
don't have a cart. You could always search around Tarnstead to see if you find an intact cart. You could theoretically either have PCs pull the cart or have Achilles pull the cart in his larger form. But because you're not only pulling the cart's weight, but also people's weight, I think it's going to be the same rules where Achilles won't be able to pull everybody, but he'll be able to pull a few, and Freya, Encina, and Woe will be able to pull even fewer people.
I can only pull people conditionally.
Okay, well, first
I
off,
wouldn't
a
put
card is
any money in
needed
my
for any of
plus
this
one
to make
strength
sense.
checks.
Right.
I think at
Might
this
just be
point,
better off just walking.
Yeah, at this point, we're wasting time trying to like.
Figure it out.
Because we can waste a lot of time looking for a card.
Yeah, let's just get going and you know, pass around the potion for shots and keep going.
Before we do that, I am just gonna say that Encina just looks at her mom and goes, "Ma, do we have a cart anywhere around here? And if not, we're just gonna we gotta get going." But I figured I'd shot in the dark.
Well, we did have a card. It could very well still be intact, but I'm not quite sure on that.
All right. Can I just do a quick investigation check to see if I see whatever I'm gonna see?
Yep. Anybody who wants to just do a quick look for a cart can go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oh yeah.
I got a nat 20.
A nat 20?
I got a nat 22!
Nice.
I'm not rolling.
Holy shit! I
Give
got
us
a
that
26.
fucking cart.
I got a 26 altogether. Oh my god.
Incredible. So 26 is the grand total for...
Click clack got a nat 1.
Click clack got a nat 1. I think Click clack, you're still kind of staring off into the sky as your wife, who you had just come back into contact with, realizing that she is alive, has once again left your sight, but it is at least heading home. So what is the grand totals? Even with the nat 20s, I need grand totals.
26.
R got a 4.
4. I love it.
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't get 26. I got something else. I got something plus my luck. Hold on.
Don't forget the +2 from Freya's aura.
Oh, right.
6.
I got a dirty 20.
29.
21.
29.
I got a 2.
A 2.
Because I rolled a nat 1 with a -1 +2.
Oh, Freya.
2 nat 1s, huh? 2
Yeah,
nat
2
1s, 2
nat 20s and 2 nat 1s. So
Yeah. I'm distracted by not being able to say goodbye to Xander because he took off.
Wow.
So, with the highest roll being a 29, you do not find a cart.
Can I
All
find
right
some
then.
rope,
Cool. Love that.
Sorry.
And Cena's gonna look at her mom and be like, "Mama, listen, I gotta go, but I'm gonna be back. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm gonna be back. I don't care fucking hell or high water. I will be back. I just need you to be here when I get back, okay? We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of catching up to do."
She looks at you and she's like, "I'll be right here when you're back, baby."
All right, Mama. I love you. Be good. I'll be back.
Okay, I'm gonna help these people who want to get out of here, give them directions towards the shore.
All right, where are you going to be back here in Tarnstead, or what town are you going to be in when I get back?
I'm gonna be here in Tarnstead. I think it's about time the people who survived had a place to live and call home.
I think so too, and I think, like I said, I got a friend I want you to meet, but I think no gods this time. I think just belief in each other. I think belief in community. I don't think we need a god anymore.
She looks at you and is like, "Believe in us."
Mama, if there's anyone I believe in, it's you. You were the only thing that kept me going aside from Anna when I was here, and you're the only thing that kept me coming back. So, if there's anything I believe in, it's
Oriana's gonna walk up to Encina and just kind of tap her arm and say, "Here, I got this for you, and I haven't had a chance to give it, but I think maybe it'd be a good gift for your mother." And she's gonna hand her the music box that she had gotten a few cities back.
Aw, that's so sweet. Encina's gonna take the music box and Encina hasn't received a gift in a very long time. And Encina kind of holds out their hands, their humongous hands, and takes this tiny little music box and goes, "Oh, Oriana, that's lovely. You thought of me when you saw this?"
I did. From what I know of you, you've had a rough go, and everyone deserves something that makes them smile and can think of a softer time. And I think you deserve that.
Encina smiles, and you can see that there's already tear tracks that have been going down their face ever since they started talking to their mom again, and after this whole situation was sort of dealt with. And Encina looks down at you and goes, "Oh, thank you, Oriana. I don't think anyone's ever thought that softly of me before in a long time, so I appreciate that." And Encina is going to turn to their mother and hand her the music box, which is even smaller, in Teresa's hands, and goes, "This is going to be my promise to you, Mama. While I'm away, however long it takes me to get back, whatever song is in this music box, I want you to play it when you need help, when you feel like you need someone by your side. And I want you to think of me. I want you to think of what our family was before all this. And this is my promise to you that I'll be back."
I am looking forward to seeing you again.
As am I, you, Mama. And Encina kind of closes the music box inside of her mother's hands, leans up and gives her a kiss on the cheek, and says, "Be good. I'll be back." And Encina looks to Freya and goes, "You know the way?"
First, I have to do something. And Freya's going to walk up to Noe and is going to kneel down and be like, "Would you do the honor of restoring my crown?"
Is that what you want, Freya?
I think it's what the world needs.
It is what the world needs, but I'm asking what you want, Freya.
I want to be a prince that is worth his country. And saving it might just do that. But I need a crown to be a prince.
We could argue about that, but we don't have the time. And she'll take the broken pieces of Freya's crown out where she had tucked it away. And she holds the pieces together. CJ, am I able to repair these pieces?
Yes, you are able to repair these pieces using your divine magic. You are able to mend them together.
So I mend them together between both my hands, and I hold it in my hands without yet giving it to my son. Raya, all I've wanted for you is to be happy in whatever position you find yourself in. I've always thought you were a wonderful prince, but I just want you to believe it yourself. So if you're ready, I'll be honored to put the crown back on your head where it's always belonged.
I think with the lessons I've learned from my friends, I'm ready.
Before she puts the crown back on Freya's head, she leans up on the tips of her hooves and presses a kiss to Freya's forehead. And right as she does, she lifts the crown and puts it right in the center on top of his head where it used to be.
And I think quietly, just so Noe hears, he goes, "If I survive this thing, the one on the dragon, Dad's gonna have to worry about me marrying them, so..."
What?
In the future, not now.
I would hope not. You're too young, Freya. Well, that's another discussion for another time.
Let's get walking now. We don't need to have this discussion in this
We
moment.
talking the birds and the bees.
One more thing. She'll reach up and roughly grab Freya's ear. You are not dying, so get that thought right out of your head before I knock it out of you.
Yes, Mom.
Good boy. And she releases it.
And he'll start walking, leading the way.
She's proud of herself.
I want to talk to Freya about the birds and the bees.
Oh God.
That's
I
our
know
mama.
about the birds of the bees.
They are both weak and we eat them.
Do bees taste good?
No.
Oh. Also,
That's actually surprising.
I am a vegetarian. I don't eat meat.
Do bugs count as meat?
What is...
Yes.
Oh,
Bugs are meat in this world.
disgusting.
Vegetarian?
Vegetarian. I only eat plants.
Why?
I choose to.
Some weak shit.
As you can see, I am very strong in battle.
Yeah, I guess, but...
But I take it that you're weak in stomach.
I survived the porridge. And also, if I remember correctly, you ate the meat, and I didn't get sick because I ate vegetation.
I ate meat and didn't get sick too?
No, you are a very special case, Will.
Freddie, what do you like to eat?
Free food, I suppose.
I tend to stay away from meat as well.
Whoa, what is this?
That's fair.
Well, suddenly so, offended.
Click
Meat
clack
doesn't
just yell
taste right
loudly
in your mouth.
and then in his voice again. Oh fuck yeah, porridge.
I
I'm so
can.
glad that's become a running meme.
Now that
Amazing.
I've had it, I can agree with you, Click Clack. It was bussin'. Did I use
Oh,
it correctly?
Lord. Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
You do well, darling.
Well,
Ah,
no worries.
well-
Well, I will happily enjoy some untainted meat with you.
Well, my friends. To called?
Let's lead the way.
Called.
And
Let's
Oriana's
get this
gonna,
shit done.
Oriana's gonna do the whistle again to call Achilles, and
Mhm.
is going to look to Freya and say, "All right, point the way, and he will follow."
This way. And Freya will take off.
Can I take a nap?
I'll carry Woe if Woe wants to take a nap.
Well, I have a broom that lets me fly, so if I could just tie a rope to that and somebody...
Yeah, just tie a rope
Just
to me.
Hanging
God.
from a rope on your flying
One of us may
broom
as well get a long rest, right?
as you're snoozing.
Tie a rope
The
to
long
me.
rest is 8 hours, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
kinda
8 hours
I
of
just need.
flying on a broom.
I got Warlock. I just need a short rest.
You can have the broom next.
If that happens, Noe's gonna walk really closely behind Woe to make sure that Woe doesn't topple backward in her rest.
Yeah, me and Mom got
Question.
you, Woe.
If Achilles is allowed to carry people, how many people can he carry in his elongated form?
In his elongated form, 4.
Okay, well, that is a
Then we tie the
possibility.
thing to the back of Achilles, and we have 5 people long resting right there.
Okay. But also, Encina and Freya are large beings.
One of them can have
could take turns,
the broom,
though.
and I could just get dragged along the ground.
We can also
I will
just
just-
take turns riding on Achilles. We've got,
Yeah.
2 days?
Yeah,
Well, we have a 3-day journey to make in 2 days.
he's fast. He can be fast.
So,
Can he carry 4 people and still move fast?
He can
yeah,
move
that's
at
a
decent
thing.
speed.
That's my question.
He will slow down
Okay.
a little bit, carrying a full load.
It's just a
What
little
is the
down.
max he can carry moving at top speed?
0, I guess.
3 regular-sized people, Encina or Freya, and 1 other person.
Click-clack and Woe are pretty small. Do we count as one person together?
Oh, are Click-clack and small? Click-clack and Woe small?
You
Click-clack
Click-clack.
doesn't need healing.
No.
Yeah, Click-clack was elsewhere.
Yeah.
Click-clack did not fight.
Oh, he's,
Yeah.
all right. Or yeah.
Yeah, so we could make that happen in increments. It's not going to happen all at once, but if we can make even
Yeah. So whoever needs a long rest should do it.
I could also wild shape to a small mouse or something and get just carried.
Yeah.
So it seems like the way that you guys are planning, let me make this deal for you. You are going to have to skip both nights of sleep in order to get there. Using the tools that you will have in front of you, trying to go back and forth in long rests on top of Achilles and also possibly being carried and other things like that, will allow you to evade one of the constitution throws that you're going to have to make. So one of the 2 can be evaded using the plans. You're still going to have to make at least 1 constitution saving throw to avoid exhaustion.
Okay.
I'd rather than 2.
Yeah. Same.
Do we still get like rested?
Yeah, so what it'll do is, so you'll still have the benefits of getting at least 1 long rest. So you'll have that long rest under your belt. But then you'll have to make that constitution saving throw, and if you don't succeed, then you will have a level of exhaustion, but you will still be fully healed and have all of your spell slots.
Is this after? Do we just get the magic items we talked about, or is this
Yes.
before that? Okay. That's just for a future thing. I'm not even going to use it correctly.
Fair enough. just to have. So the way that the transition from where you are now in Tarnstead to Cald is going to work like this. We are going to go down child by child, Monday through Sunday, and each of you is going to make 1 survival check. And once each of you have made a survival check, then that will be the end of day 1. And then you can take a long rest. So we're going to start with Monday's child, R. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Of course, my favorite stat. Let me see where survival is.
Do we get the Freya advantage?
You don't get the Freya advantage. You get the Freya +2, but you
Yes.
do get advantage because you're using Achilles to help guide you. So all of these survival checks will be made with advantage.
Okay. Okay. Well, fuck me. Okay. So it's 10 total.
Okay, 10
I
total.
want to point out I rolled the same number twice, which is bullshit.
I love that. All right. Up next, Tuesday's child. Please roll me a survival check with advantage.
Okay. That is going to be a. Hold on, let me do the math here. And that is with the +2 from Freya.
Yes.
Okay, and hold on, let me double check something really fast. Okay, that is going to be a 25.
25. Okay. Next is Wednesday's child. Survival check with advantage, please.
Ooh, 26.
26. All right.
Second push was
Thursday's
an hour.
child. Oh, dear God.
All right, let's see. '21.
21. Okay. Up next is Friday's child. survival check with advantage, please.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so my with advantage, I got a 2 plus 2. That would be a 4.
Okay. Saturday's Child, a survival check with advantage.
Okie dokie. That is a dirty.
Okay, a dirty 20. And then last but not least, Sunday's Child. Survival with advantage, please.
Okay. Ooh, baby. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. So after a full day's travel, you only run into a couple of snags. All of you are going to take 10 damage total just from your journey and the things that you have come across. But after that day, due to the planning of taking turns and shift sleeping on Achilles and possibly on the shoulders of Encina or Freya, you all get a long rest.
So do we heal those 10 damage back up, or do we heal up to...
Yes, so
minus
that's
10?
going to... That just heals back up. That was... The 10 damage is mostly narrative.
Okay.
But just know that if you do take damage this next fight, there is no long rest. It is just a constitution save. So anything you lose stays lost, unless you heal yourself. So after a long day, night falls around you as you continue your journey forward, watching the sun rise with 2 days left in your journey. The sun continues to rise, but your eyes are not on the sky. Your eyes are on the prize in front of you, getting to Called in less than 2 days. You are in the middle of the second day with 1 day left to go. You continue to move forward as you all manage to sneak in shifts of a long rest, moving into the second day that you have, moving forward continuously towards Called. We're going to go back up to Monday's Child. Go ahead and roll a survival check with advantage, please.
Okay. No problem. Survival check with advantage. That's better. So 17 total.
Okay, 17 total.
I would also like to use one of my bardic dies to prime a Tale from Beyond.
Absolutely.
I'm going to roll that as well. Okay. So Tale from Beyond is from my Bard skill,
Mm-hmm.
and it allows me to do certain things depending on what tale I get. So right now I'm rolling a d8 to see
Okay, perfect.
which tale I get, and I get Tale of the Runaway. Sounds fun.
It's fitting.
Yes.
So what does Tale of the Runaway do for you?
Okay, so Tale of the Runaway, I'm reading it right now too. The target can immediately use its reaction to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space it can see. When the target teleports, it can choose a number of creatures it can see within 30 feet of it, up to your charisma modifier, to immediately use the same reaction.
Okay, so you're welcome to use that, but you're currently in a little bit of a chase scene, so it's just basically going to put you up in front of everybody by 30 feet.
How Tale from Beyond works is that I can hold a tale in my mind until my next short or long rest. And since we're no longer doing any more short or long rest, that's just going to be contingently in my mind.
Perfect. All right, so that gets held then. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So with a 17 then, that is your survival check. Up next is going to be Tuesday's Child. Survival check with advantage.
All right. Let's see here what we got. Okay, not great. Oh, okay. So that's gonna be a dirty 20, plus the 2, and then my luck will make that a 23.
Awesome. All right. Up next is Wednesday's child.
Survival. Nice. 14.
14. Awesome. And that was with advantage, right?
Yep, I got a 5 both times.
I love it. Fantastic. Perfect. So 15, and then up next
Oh, wait,
is
is
going.
it plus the 2 from?
Oh yes. You still get the 2. So it'll be 17 total.
No, it's a 5 plus 9, so it's 14 plus 2, 16.
16. Okay. Perfect. Amazing. So up next is Thursday's child. Survival check with advantage, please.
Oh, nice. Okay. 25.
25. Fantastic. Up next is Friday's child. A survival check with advantage.
Do I still get Freya's +2?
You do, yes.
17.
17. Awesome. Up next is Saturday's child.
And this was a check?
Yes, survival with advantage.
Alright, neat. Oh, come back. Hello? Oi! It rolled onto the floor. Hold on.
I love it.
Okay. Okay, that's better. That is a 21 with advantage.
Alright, a 21. And then last but not least, Freya, survival with advantage, please.
Okay. Oh, baby. Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Or
Okay.
a 23 from Freya.
Fantastic. Okay. So with the nat 20, I will take away one of the damage dice.
Oh!
So you are all going to take a grand total of 19 damage on this day's journey.
Well, shit.
And then now, I would like everybody to please roll a Constitution saving throw.
19 ain't shit.
Well, actually, I apologize. It's not a saving throw. It's just a Constitution check. It's not a saving throw.
Oh, just the check.
Do we still get the +2?
I think you do.
Okay.
Ability checks and saving throws. So, yes.
Yes, it's an ability check. It's just a Constitution ability check.
Okay.
Let's see.
That's an 8 + 2, so it'd be a 10 for Melanoe.
Get an 18.
And-
Oriana also got an 18.
Okay.
19 from R.
Click clack got a 21.
21. Back.
And Cena got a dirty 20.
And see, I got a journey 20. And then I'm just missing Whoa, I think. Whoa, what did you get on your Constitution check?
26. I'm con as fuck.
26. Everyone, eat my ass. Alright, so
I will eat your vomit for fun.
I'll eat it for fun. So, R, Freya, Oriana, and Noe, you all have one level of exhaustion.
Ooh. That's the
Oh.
half movement
Ew.
speed, right?
What?
Yeah. I'm really glad I have the teleport now.
Yeah, I can also teleport, so yay. Where do we mark that at?
So this is just something you're going to keep in mind. Just so for the very first level of exhaustion, you are going to have disadvantage on ability checks. So anybody, so Noe, Oriana, Freya, and R are going to have disadvantage on ability checks.
Hey, y'all are gonna hate me. Y'all are gonna hate me, but I was just checking out my features. I have Aura of Protection. It says while you are conscious, you grant all friendly creatures, including you, within a 10-foot, +3 bonus to all saving throws.
Does that mean we can add that +3 now?
It is not a saving throw.
Shit.
It is just an ability check.
I'm gonna keep that in mind going forward, because I fucking forgot it was there. So, on ability, on saving throws, you guys get a +3. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey, no, it's okay. It's all good.
I'm trying to look and see if I have anything else. Yeah.
I don't have anything else. I don't believe.
I don't think there's anything much that can affect exhaustion other than sleep.
True.
Well, I mean, technically, I don't have to sleep. I can trance. So.
No, but we don't have the time. What I'm saying is how we.
Yeah, I can't sleep. Yeah, but hey, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
We got
yeah, we have enough. I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve, so. And we also have Achilles who can fight too. So.
I also have a gigantic more of a lay on hands pool now that we've leveled up a little bit. So that's good to know.
I will actually use a potion, actually.
Wait,
just to see if it...
can't lay on hands get rid of a status effect?
Let me look, because I don't know. I can... Okay. You can cure a disease or neutralize a poison affecting the creature. It doesn't say anything about exhaustion.
Okay.
But that was a good thought, though.
Just had to check.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
I'll say again, you can mark exhaustion on your character sheet.
Oh.
Wait, do I have... Did we get healing potions?
I have
one.
Well, I gave you half of one.
Yeah, I had another one on top of that half, so
I have
one and a half.
I have 7.
You have 7?
I have 7 superior healing potions.
Can I have one?
Say no.
You gonna give half of it to Freddy again?
No!
Yes, you can have one. I'll give one to Freddy and one to Oriana.
Perfect.
Thank you. She's trying to help him, okay? That's her bard buddy.
84 plus 8.
Her barding, if you will.
Yes, my barding.
Barding.
What do you roll to get that healing back?
It's 84 plus 8.
8d4 plus 8?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, okay.
So the minimum you can get is 16, which heals almost fully. So long as I don't roll all ones, I'm good.
Dear God, please.
8d4 plus 8, okay.
No, I'm good. Okay, I'm back up to full. Yeah.
Let's see. Let me do the math here. Hold on.
Go ahead, take your time doing the math. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and roll your survival checks for you for your next day of travel.
Excuse me?
I don't like that.
Go ahead.
I am rolling them with advantage. I am keeping my word here.
I failed. Can you also add a blood dice for me?
Just every roll, just the blood dice, blood dice, blood dice.
I do not consent to a blood dice being used for click.
I do not consent.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. Okay. So everyone is just going to take an additional 7 points of damage on your final leg of your journey, reaching up to Called. You only had one encounter during this final stretch as the sun once again falls and rises as one day turns to 0. And you all find yourselves on the steps of Called, a dark, tall, dreary tower that seems to be dusty and dirty and seemingly abandoned from the outside. It is quiet and hushed, similar to Tarnstead, where you were just at. Walking within the walls, looking upon the homes, you see people quietly tending to their daily lives, their daily tasks. Yes. And you all see these people just going about their daily lives as you're walking towards the castle, towards your destination, knowing where exactly the laboratory is and where you need to head. You waste no time as you march through the streets. As before we continue, I need to just have 2 characters roll perception checks for me for a past event. Will Freya and Noe give me perception checks?
Okay. That's a 19 from Freya.
Okay.
I'm nervous. Question. This doesn't have to do with us being surprised, does it?
It does not.
Okay. About to say
And
I'm
no
alert.
way. Well, can I get a perception check from you when you get the opportunity?
Yes, one moment. Nine.
Okay, thank you so much. So as you all storm towards the castle, storm towards your destiny, towards the ending of a prophecy you had nothing to do with, wanted nothing to be a part of, and you found yourself on, you burst in through the main hall of this large tower, and it is empty here, but you know that this is not where the sewer rats live. It is beneath you. Freya, are you can you continue to lead the group in the direction that needs to be headed?
Yep,
So
Freya's
as
not
you-
stopping.
So as you all continue to barrel through, knowing that this is the final day to take action, the final time to make a change, to take a stand, you quickly find the staircase leading down. You remember the passcode that was put in by Pava. She let you see her putting in the password so you know how to get in. And as you walk in, you see dark, dingy medical halls with doors littered on the side that lead to offices and 2 large double doors with what you can only imagine Oriana is a large machine on the other sides of those doors. You can hear the whirring of the gears, the powering up of the mechanics, the whispering of voices around it. What do you guys do?
I think Oriana wants to get as close to the door as she can and see if she can make out the voices and what's being said.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Happily, okay.
While that's going on, Encina is going to cast Divine Sense. I'm just looking to see if there's any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
There are not.
Interesting.
I got a 15.
Is going to cast Cure Wounds on themselves.
A 15. Through the whispers, you can't really pick up on details, but you do pick up on 2 distinct words that you remember. Final solution.
I think Oriana is going to kind of stand up, knowing everything that has happened in the time that they've been traveling together. And she's going to look to the party. And she's going to say, whatever they have in there, they believe is the final solution. They're going to end all of this. And whatever that means, this world, this continent, I don't know. But whatever it is, we're going to have to raise some hell to get it done. And I would love to storm through these doors, but I think there's a better way we can do this. I think we need to surprise them, as they are going to surprise the world.
I might have an idea.
Yes, Freddy, what is it?
R's gonna make his way towards the door and try and hear on the other side again as well.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Can I give the help action since I did?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll with advantage, R.
Alright. Perception. 15.
15.
Oh, 17, including
17.
Fred.
Perfect. With a 17, you lean in closer, hearing Encina or Oriana whisper the words "final solution," wanting to get a closer hear of what could possibly be going on inside. You can hear a deep, gruff voice speaking more than others to what would imagine to be a group of people, because you hear responses afterwards. It sounds as if they're currently maybe rallying or having a speech of some sorts.
Okay. He's gonna ask the party to give him a little space.
Before you do that, Oriana, you have Tinker's tools, right?
I do, yes.
Ooh.
And you said this is a machine, correct, CJ?
It is.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on Oriana.
Okay.
Get as close to the machine as possible. We'll handle the rest. And then I'll give R space.
Alright, yeah. Is everyone ready for a distraction?
Hold on.
Any other preparatory spells you want to do?
Can Oriana... Not that he needs it because he's a bard, but can I give him Bardic?
You can.
Okay, what is that?
I'm giving you Bardic Inspiration.
No, I understand that. What the dice is.
Listen, I'm very tired. I've been up for almost 24 hours. Forgive me.
That should have been more clear, sorry.
No, I'm just tired. You're fine. I was like, you know what Bardic is?
I know, I got it too.
Oh, let me find it. Where is it? Oh god, I am not functioning.
If it's like mine, it should be a D8, I think.
I think it is a D8. If I'm only at level 3.
I don't know, if you're multi-classing, you might have a different spread from me.
Oh, it's just a D6, so not as...
A D6, okay.
Yeah. So, still decent, at least.
No, yeah, it's something. Sure. Alright, anyone else want to do anything?
I think, before she steps away, she's gonna say, give them hell, and then steps back.
Alright, Ari's gonna slam those doors wide open and then cast Fireball at the party.
R, can you please repeat yourself?
R is going to throw those doors wide open and throw a Fireball straight back at Noe and Cena, Click Clack, Freya, Woe, and Oriana.
And this is where we're going to end our session.
You bitch.
Yes! Yes!
Oh shit!
This is great!
You have something coming for you, Nicholas.
Tune in next week to find out what that something might be. And join us for the exciting finale of Bottom Step. Derek, where can they listen to all of this nonsense?
Oh, they can listen to us anywhere you can find your podcasts. This includes Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Samsung Podcasts, iHeartRadio. You can find our entire first campaign on our YouTube channel. And you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. We have a Blue Sky now. And also TikTok. And you could also check out our Tumblr, which has information on the world. That is queersandspiersdnd.tumblr.com. And I believe that is everywhere they can find us.
And you can probably find Nikki at the bottom of a well starting next session.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and everybody tune in on September 15th for the premiere of Campaign 2, our second main campaign, Defiance.
So excited.
Yeah.
So excited to wrap this journey and start another. And we will see you next time for the thrilling conclusion of Bottom Step. Bye-bye.
Bye. Nikki, you're dead.